Meghan Markle here.
Today is April 27, 2025. It is 2:39 a.m. This is video number 2. I'm just continuing from Meghan's Time 100 interview. So there are some tweets that I have, a lot. Okay, I may not do all of them, but let's go over as much as I can. Alright, so this is the background of this channel. So let's go on Twitter. This was the last tweet that I did. I was laughing. Alright, let's go to the first tweet. Oh my god, the squad or something. Oh lord. So there's a continuation of it here. Imagine having to sit and listen to this mumbling. There's the laugh here. Painful. That will kill off anyone's brain cells if exposed to this for too long. Oh my god. Community mattress. Okay, let me start all over because I keep on stopping and laughing. Imagine having to sit and listen to this mumbling. Painful. That will kill off anyone's brain cells if exposed to this for too long. Community mattress, just put them hands down and shut up. Alright, so there's that here. Let's see, which part did she pick here?
It wasn't as big as I actually thought it was, but it's obviously such a huge topic.
Yeah, Meghan was like, what is she talking about? This, that. Like I said in my last video, at one point, whenever that is, I have the full version of this video. I want to do a review of it because I've always said this is where the animosity started, or at least raise the royal rats or the palace radar about Meghan. Before they got married, they just wanted to mess the opportunity up completely from not even getting her to the chapel. But this is where they're like, we got a smart woman here. We have to do something about it. All right. I remember watching at the time and thinking, OMG, Meghan is so eloquent and KKK mumbling sound like a toddler. All right, let's pause that. Saddest thing is the current albatross wife had at least 15 years to work on words to go with the jazz hand and sat idly by doing nothing. Same true for Billy, but his gig is as sure as the no hair air. Oh my god. No, I rather not. This woman has nothing, I mean nothing to give, empty barrel. Alright, let's leave that alone. There's more important tweets to go by. If I knew that was about it, I would have put it on the last video, because it was making reference to it. Alright, so this is videos when okay, there's this thing after the chase that happened in New York, and thank God they came out safe, and at the same time thank God it happened because that gave them that extra security that they needed when they're doing public engagement. So after the chase in New York, the NYPD had offered them they will provide them with police security whenever they are in New York if they're doing I don't know the stipulation, that's the word, stipulation of how and when they will give them that security, but there was something that put out that they will provide them with the security. Okay, so this is I guess when they got there. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, Meghan Sussex, look amazing while stepping out with extra heavy security together in New York City. Okay, credit back grid. 18 seconds. Unfortunately, there will have to be screenshots.
Block her, please, please. Meghan. Security, security.
Hi, Meghan.
Security, don't push your hands, sir.
Hi, Meghan. What over here, Meghan?
Why are you pushing your hands, sir?
Why are you pushing your hand?
Meghan, Harry.
Oh, watch your hand.
Long time no see, Meghan.
Doctor, please.
So that's that. Okay, the person who said long time no see Meghan is creepy and sinister. Those people also aggressive and demanding. And that one guy voice long time no see Meghan makes my skin crawl. Yike. LOL, listen to that frustrated pap. Okay, Meghan Sussex, as they should. Meghan had good relationship with paparazzi before, but when the evil from the aisle decided to throw money for, to intrude on their well-being, it wasn't, they had to cut it out. All right, so there's another one here. The People's Prince, the most loyal, adoring son to his mother's memory, the most dedicated, greatest father, the humanitarian, the most loving, devoted, dutiful, protective husband to his wife, Meghan Sussex. Prince Harry is every woman's dream man. All right, 19 seconds.
Meghan, Harry.
Long time no see, Meghan.
You know him, Meghan.
Alright, so that's that. You see how Harry is the first one to come out? Alright, make sure Meghan is behind him. And on top of all that, he is devastating handsome. No other royal compared to good King Harry. I second this. Alright, so let's go to the next one. There were a lot of good tweets, because I don't plan on going to all of them, but I hope I get all the good ones. Exactly this. Prince Harry always ready. It's also how one of their main security guard is always behind Harry. Harry knows the threat, and like any loving husband, he said, you will have to go through me first. The squad have a running joke about how Harry is always ready. Alright, let's see this one. If I was on TikTok, this young lady, I would follow her, because so far, all of her TikTok that the squad have shared of her, I love it. She's on point, very thoroughly, and she speaks very well too, I must say. Alright, let's listen.
So, there is something that I always notice when Harry and Meghan step out together, and I'm going to tell you what that is. Harry a lot of times is in the rear of Meghan, and a lot of people think it's because, oh, she's pushing her way forward, she's a narcissist. I've seen this before. When we go to events like this, and I won't tell you who my clientele has been over the years, their security guard that's behind them is scarier than the one that's in front of them, and I'm going to tell you why. The person who is behind the subject is the most important person, because a lot of time attacks come from behind.
That's right.
Now, I don't want this to be triggering to anyone. I want you to look at this and go, this is fantastic, because it is. Everything about his body language screams, do not try me, do not try my wife, and FAFO if you want to. He's always stoic in the face. His body is always upright, and he always is looking from side to side, kind of peripheral, to make sure that no threats are coming from any side of him protecting his wife.
This is something I have said. I mean, I'm not knowledgeable about security details, but there was a couple pictures when you see them going out, and I'm like, Harry's always like suspicion, looking around and things like that. So I agree with her on that part. I mean, I guess she works in that industry. She knows what's up with all of that. So glad to hear from someone. I'm assuming she is very knowledgeable about that. Okay, not to say she's a security person, but knowing, some small details here and that for her to highlight it. All right, so that sort of confirms some of the thing, majority of the thing that I say. Out of my, I just say it like this, but I'm glad she's bringing this up.
I don't think they teach this in military school. I want to say they teach you this when you become a husband who notices threats against your wife on platforms like this, and you have to wonder, well, if I can't get the security I want, I will be her security.
Well, let's not forget as well, not to diminish what she's saying, Harry have been in the military, so I think he is trained in this aspect as well. And what she's saying here, where Harry's saying that, Harry, paraphrasing, Harry will be the security that he wants, that he will be for his wife, but knowing that he's been in the military, so he has some knowledge in that aspect. But let's continue.
I will put myself behind her, and I will take the threat or anything that comes her way. Meghan is a very
it's kind of funny as well. As I was looking, all of the things that I put on the list here, I didn't listen to them. I saw them on the day of, in the middle of the night, like around this time, just like I was liking them so they could pop up on my like folder. So when I come here, I could create the list for you guys, because, you know, things are happening every day. I didn't want to go and search weeks, days back for me to find them. But when I saw these content were popping up on my timeline, I was just liking them, but I didn't listen to them. But anyway, I'll play this again.
lucky woman. She has a man who gives a damn about her, and I don't think that can be mentioned enough. And I'm not just talking about in the royal family, I'm talking about everywhere. I know men who will use their wives as shields.
That is true. So she's putting, there's some of those pictures here. There's him. That's the first picture that I saw.
So, there is something that I always notice when Harry and Meghan step out together, and I'm going to tell you what that is. Harry, a lot of times, is in the rear of Meghan, and a lot of people think it's because, oh, she's pushing her way forward, she's a narcissist, she's a narcissist. I've seen this before. When we go to events like this, and I won't tell you who my clientele has been over the years, their security guard that's behind them is scarier than the one that's in front of them, and I'm going to tell you why. The person who is behind the subject is the most important person because a lot of time attacks come from behind the person. Now, I don't want this to be triggering to anyone. I want you to look at this and go, this is fantastic, because it is. Everything about his body language screams, do not try me, do not try my wife, and FAFO if you want to. He's always stoic in the face. His body is always upright, and he always is looking from side to side, kind of peripheral, to make sure that no threats are coming from any side of him protecting his wife. I don't think they teach this in military school. I want to say they teach you this when you become a husband who notices threats against your wife on platforms like this, and you have to wonder, well, if I can't get the security I want, I will be her security. I will put myself behind her, and I will take the threat or anything that comes her way. Meghan is a very lucky woman. She has a man who gives a damn about her, and I don't think that can be mentioned enough. And I'm not just talking about in the royal family, I'm talking about everywhere. I know men who will use their wives as shields.
The thing about being lucky, yeah, depend on which lens are you looking at. Alright, so that's that. I let you listen to it without me interrupting. Okay, God bless good King Harry. There's the heart here. What is that? Prince Harry is just being a good husband by looking out for his wife, who is the mother of his children. He knows there are people like this out there. Alright, you could pause and read this. Let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so there's Martyn. So he tends to summarize everything. I like to listen to some of his TikTok. That's another person, if I was on TikTok, I will follow. Okay, 10 relax and breaking the internet as always. At Martyn Gold on point, love it. Alright, 1 minute and 44 seconds. Screenshot.
Well, they've broken the internet once again, and as ever, see what I did there, every international digital media publication over 100 languages are pushing Harry and Meghan to the top after their successful Times 100 summit. And there's various images that you can look at, some lovely video as well, but whichever way you sum it up, they both look tanned, relaxed, happy, full of self-confidence, as if they don't have a care in the world. And I could not personally be happier for them. When Meg was on stage, she described how she shuts out mainstream media, she's learned to impose boundaries. If there's something news critical that she needs to know, a member of her team will brief her. She's the happiest she's ever been. The royalists are going mad. Harry's living in New York, she's in California. Buh, buh, buh. This is what it's all about. It's a real shame that the taxpayer-funded, non-working royal family are all on their 4th or 5th holiday of this year, or will be next week, sorry. They can't even string a sentence together. They can't talk about happiness. They can't talk about boundaries. They can't talk about success. They can't talk about life experience because they haven't lived it. If you don't live something, you can't talk about it. Good luck to these two. Bigger things coming for them over the summer. Comments are open as ever. Second time, let me know what you think.
Yeah, that's pretty much summarize some of the things that Meghan said about the boundary, respect, experience, and all of that. Okay, well said, Martyn. So true. They are such an impeccable duo. May their good work continue. We've said repeatedly, you can compete where you don't compare. Sussexes are often imitated, but never duplicated. They are the real deal, you get it. All the good stuff defines Sussex brand, while the leftover trash goes to the Tamil UK-based brand, period, amen. Okay, that's very true. Can talk about which you don't know about. That is very true. Alright, so let's go to the next tweet. Okay, so there's some pictures here. There's no comment. Or she blacked her comment. Prince Harry is not playing around with y'all. Take one more step closer toward his wife, Meghan, and the Ginger Avenger will unleash on you. Don't say we never warn you, people. Alright, look at his eyes. Yep, he's looking. Next one. Okay. Go watch the first video of today's recording. I did a review, but I plan on recording it again without me interrupting the entire interview for you guys to hear, but it will be screenshot. Okay, yes, Chef Jose Andrés, let's go whooohoo. I'm looking forward to seeing what dishes they make. Alright, so she retweeted that. Meghan Sussex revealed at the Time 100 Summit that Chef Jose Andrés will appear on season 2 of With Love Meghan, and that will also highlight his charity, and I think that's a very good guest to bring to highlight his thing. And this is someone, I think he was he the first one that Archwell have been supporting? I think so. At least his charity is one of the first charities that they supported, Well Central Kitchen. Okay, I know. And I guess we will get the backstory, how they met and everything like that, because as they're cooking, they'll be talking. So that's a very good person to bring on that show. Okay, I know. I'm excited. Did you listen to her YouTube? Not. We'll listen when I get into bed. There's that. Perfect. Bring Martha. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. I know it's a retweet, but I didn't go into it. Next one. The height difference. There's that. I mean, yeah, Harry's tall, but Meghan is not that short. The squad always bringing stuff. Good things come in small packages. Prince Harry's blue eyes are just like Princess Diana's, and Princess Elizabeth has inherited the Spencer gene. Wow, they look gorgeous, literally, and she has heels. Imagine without. Oh my god. That is true. I forgot about that part. But can you imagine if Meghan was taller though? Next tweet. Let me move on. The squad always saying stuff. Alright, there's this. Meghan and Harry are in New York for Time 100 event, and Prince Harry doubles as both loving husband and bodyguard. I love this. Love. I could tell you, Meghan is fitting that security guard very well. I'm assuming he's the head of security. Yeah. So much to say, but I don't want the squad to come after me because the squad love him a lot. Alright, can someone not invite Harry and Meghan to Toronto? Can someone not invite Harry and Meghan to Toronto? What does that mean? Not invite. Okay, I know, right? God, please do it for me too. Did I miss something here? Where did that come from? Not invite. Did they invite them? I mean, I don't know. Let's move on. She's intelligent. That's the picture. Okay, beautiful in brain. Is she not the most beautiful looking woman? Beautiful with brain. This is what happened. I just like, and then I put it on the list. Alright, next tweet. Okay, oh my god. Yeah, I love that picture. It reminds me of another picture she did on a red carpet. Where was she going? I know which picture. Just look on the screen what that remind me of. It gave me that same sense. There's no comment. That's that. Next tweet. Okay, she's Meghan Sussex. I guess she was trending. Yep. Meghan Sussex. Trending Meghan Markle. Meghan Sussex. Yeah, she was trending on that day. I love that we're making stamp. She sure is. Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next one. Remember, these are all old tweets. Last week, I was away on vacation, so I'm just catching up and sharing with you. Meghan haters end up doing free ad for her. The media never tastes the others and the King James before with love, Meghan. Alright, 1 minute and 41 seconds.
Morning friends, happy Wednesday, and isn't it absolutely amazing that any rational people, i.e. anyone that's not the UK British digital media, test drives Meghan's products and thinks they're absolutely amazing. The Washington Post gave Meghan's raspberry spread jam a close first. Doesn't matter that it was a close call, it came first. The biggest questions are, when are the UK media going to stop trolling Meghan? The answer is probably never. But the second biggest one is, why would they expect that Meghan, being a millionaire and an accomplished actress and full of joy, quality, personality, motivation, would launch any form of products that are actually not the best or close to the best? It's like these people do not get her at all. The people that understand Meghan are clever winners. The people that don't get her are losers who bin their own career. We know who we're talking about in the UK digital media space here, right? Who have no future and nothing else to talk about.
He is so right. He is absolutely right. As he's talking about all of that, I'm thinking of Omid Scobie. Omid Scobie. You know, at the height of when the UK was just going berserk non-stop about her, but you have, you know how I always said there's always one. Omid Scobie was the only one who did not jump on the bandwagon on bashing her. Instead, he carved out, not only focused on the journalistic aspect of things, he also carved out his own path by doing extra other things that the others didn't have the mind to think, okay, let's write a book about whatever. And the 2 books that he wrote have been pretty successful, and the squad have supported him. And I bought one of his books, Finding Freedom. But don't get me wrong, I think some of them have written other books as well, but it's pretty much like carrying on the lie on social media, put it on print with their lie, the narrative of the royal family and things like that. But they have, the royal right have written other books too, but majority of their things, you know, the squad don't support. Anyway, but let's get back to the original recording. Let's continue. Martyn is right so far.
If you are clever and going places, you get Meghan. If you are not those things, you don't understand her. Meghan is a winner. Other winners understand her. It's
That's
that
right.
simple. Anyway, I still can't order the jam in the UK. I'm really glad for Meghan and Co and Netflix that it's sold out. I'm looking forward to receiving my own. My gut is telling me it may be some time until I can order. First world problems, eh? Comments are open as ever. Let me know what you think.
Oh, that's a small little shade he threw at himself. That remind me of the weatherman who received the gem. So that would be on another video by itself. I create a list where I'm on the list where about the time 100. Oh my God, I still have a lot to share with you. And then there's some tweet regarding the weatherman. That's the gem Meghan sent to him. All right. There's this. What I want to know is, when can the UK expect to get Meghan's delightful as ever package? And I think what's happening right now, it's with the tariff that's going on. So can you just imagine if she's selling it to the UK, and how much you're gonna have to pay and tax to get it? Okay, that pink plate is Miss America. Vintage anchor hacking goes with the Meghan vibe, I think. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. I'll do as much as possible, but I don't want to be 2 hours. Okay, so there's another tweet here. I know that's right. Okay, I'm the happiest I've ever been, Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, and Archie's about to lose a tooth. 29 seconds. Let me go into it. There's no comment here, so we could see it bigger.
So all things to be talking about for time 100.
Let's talk about flowers for gold. But let's, because I think it speaks to the tiny moments of joy that are so effortless and just create a little bit of magic that we're all craving in our everyday. They're tiny little flower petals that are dried. I started putting them on salads. I started putting them on scrambled eggs. It didn't actually matter. On a yogurt parfait.
Alright, so it looks like a video from someone who was there in attendance. Please hide the derangers comment. This is a beautiful post. Don't let them ruin it. There's the heart here. It does not make it on the list of 100 but shows. Okay, so there's the derangers. Whatever. Alright, next tweet. They always have to say their negativity. Okay, Meghan Sussex is happier now more than ever. Someone check on Kensington Palace and their client Voivoda reporters. A confession I can share with you today is that I'm happiest I've ever been. Okay, that was a quote. To have a husband and a partner who is so supportive and kids who are healthy and happy. I never imagined at this point I will feel so happy and grateful, and I really do. Meghan Sussex. Alright, so those redacted documents behind this image, it's actually a court document that was released, okay, about Harry's thing. Someone check on this guy. He's not well. Did he say something? I don't follow him, so all the derangers have escaped mumbling about loving the countryside. Okay, while they are at it, check on KKK personally, because what they wanted for Harry and Meghan has boomerang to her and Willie. They are not okay. Alright, see, I don't follow them, so I didn't get to I don't need to see. Anyway, next tweet. They must have been yapping after that. Okay, so there's the video. I thought I had that in the first video that I did. The man and his wife, they're kissing again. Love is such a beautiful thing. Alright, 13 seconds. Come on. There they are here. That's all Harry wanted, someone who loves him. Alright, love how you slow the video down. I love slowing their videos down. Okay, that's a different language. It's always Harry going for that kiss. That man doesn't have one cell of the promiscuous Windsor gene. He loves Meghan. Okay, can you imagine the nonsense they put him through throughout his life? And all he needed was someone to love him. Can these two get a room, please? I need another Harry or Meghan mini-me. Another kid. Yeah, I think they said it. They said it was gonna be only two. Alright, good King Harry showing up for his wife, Princess Meghan, as always, and both living up to his words when he said, quote, I know at the end of the day, he chooses me and I choose her. And therefore, whatever we have to tackle together or individually will always be us together as a team.
Easy for anybody. But I know that, at the end of the day, she chooses me and I choose her, and therefore, whatever we have to tackle together or individually will always be us together as a team. So, I think she's capable.
So nicely said, isn't it?
I don't know. She's capable of anything, and together, as I said, there's a hell of a lot of stuff and work that needs doing. At the moment, for us, it's going to be making sure that our relationship is always put first. But no, look, both of us have passions for wanting to make change for good, and with lots of young people running around the Commonwealth, that's where we're going to spend most of our time.
Their love, support, and pride for and each other is unparalleled and enviable. Now, haters, go hug Transformers some more, because this couple are and will always be the it couple you wish to be. Alright, so this is pictures of them going. Look at Harry's eye. There's okay, I don't think there's any response. Let's go to the next one. Okay, the royal family really fumbled the effing bag. I mean, they know. How will I say that? I think I mentioned it in the first video. Harry and Meghan was pretty much highlight. Well, let's just say Meghan. Okay, because Harry was there, he understood his position, he was putting up with their BS. But as soon as he married, okay, the royal rats know how to trigger them, the blood royals, because they know that they want the spotlight, but they meaning the media, know how to trigger the royal family. So Meghan being there, and not only she can speak well, she's doing marvelous thing. They want to trigger the others with their hateful thing, even though they're all on the same page, but at the same time they're playing double agent, putting her on the front page all the times to get the others annoyed. And you know, they just went too far. That's all. They just went too far. And the other royal, you know, the backstabbing and all of that, Harry was willing to play the game with them, and I think Meghan too. But the part where they go beyond what was required, okay, trying to attack her mentally and all of that, and her character and all of this, it was too much. Meghan was not used to that. Did I read that? The royal family really fumbled the effing bag. They should have agreed to that 50-50, because my God, in the last 3 hours, this trip has been breaking news from every corner of the media world. The charisma, the charm, the star power, and this photo is just something else. You know, I'm glad they didn't do the 50-50, because if they did the 50-50, knowing what we know now, Harry and Meghan will have to report to the royal family to let them know in advance what was gonna happen. By doing that, knowing they don't have best interest for Harry and Meghan, they will do things to sabotage. They will want to know the question before. They will do everything to interrupt the flow of natural cause of event. Alright, so everything worked out well. Them not taking it, thinking that they were the best thing that ever happened on earth, the royal family, okay, thinking that Harry and Meghan will not do well on their own, and they rejected that. That's good. This is why I always say we need to thank William for that. Okay, we need to thank William for that, because it was him who literally put it on paper, and Harry wanted to make sure, because he knows his family, because once they decided this is what the final decision was. Either it was the 50-50 or they all in or all out, whatever it was, the final decision. Once Harry made the decision, he was focused on that particular decision, and he made sure to do it the right way, so they don't come around again and manipulate the outcome, because now what they thought will happen did not happen. They will say, oh, Harry didn't do this, this is not what they agreed, So Harry made sure he did it the right way.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know, and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work. And we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
with
done.
as much respect.
With as much
and
respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
And not only that, went to court to document it. This is how I know it's William who put it on, who kicked him out. Because if it didn't go to court, I will not know it. Okay, so it's William who kicked him out, and since they left, they've been focusing on what they want to do for themselves, for their family. Alright, so if the 50-50 was implemented, Harry and Meghan will have to report to the royal family of every single thing that they do. And we know how they love to sabotage things. They did not want them to succeed. So it all worked out. Okay, loving the headline that Meghan brought the California chick to New York City. But have y'all seen Diana's boy? The level of pride he has for his gorgeous wife. And Harry and Meghan, especially Harry, have been setting the standard for the others. If they want to copy, they could copy him. But the thing is that the others just want to be the only one. So that's that. They don't like to be the supportive husband. Okay, what a good looking couple. Just wow. They're also beautiful. After seeing how well they're doing independently, why would you wish that curse, aka that family, on them? That's crazy to me. Thank God they didn't agree to the 50-50. Even a serial killer deserves better than to be related to that family. Let's see here. Okay, 100% bullseye. Would have been disastrous. God no. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The 50-50, they will have to report to the others everything that they're gonna do to manipulate and sabotage them. Every post I've seen has been laughing at her outfit and talking about how Harry really is the spare now. You don't. I mean, if they're gonna talk about them, you know they're not gonna say anything positive. Next tweet. Okay, I'm 35 minutes. I need to stop. All right. Okay, they had to delete all them. Meghan traveled to New York alone. Draft. Oh, you see, I don't follow them. I don't know. So the squad are laughing about them. Okay, they wrote this after Meghan was listed as a speaker for Time 100 Summit. Showed their entire hand, and baby Prince Harry said, "Hold my effing beer." Okay, Meghan Markle to leave California without Prince Harry in just days. Oh, this is what they were writing. Oh my God, Harry miserable with kids at home, all squash. This is the headline the derangers, the Royal Rats would have been writing. Okay, that's what they got for spending time being negative. Haha. Okay, bunch of lying ass fools. I can't stand that. Salty Island rags. I love this for them. Okay, all they do is lie. You know, let me not say. Well, it's already done. It's past. It was last week, so I'm a week behind anyway. You never know. The kids probably was with them. It's just that they didn't go to the public event. Okay, all they do is lie. This is why they hate Meghan's freedom and social media account. She can now debunk anything she wants, either through words or action, if she so chooses. Prince Harry probably saw the foolishness and said, "Stop the bus." I just love the squad. That's probably true. Prince Harry probably saw the foolishness and said, "Stop the bus." That deserves a like, that is true. No lie detected. That's like me right there. That is true. Stop the bus, they're lying. Let me go with her. Next tweet. Oh my God, the squad or something. Alright. So Meghan Sussex basically said she was grateful for my support today, and let me just say, for the next launch of As Ever, I'm about to be just as greedy. Alright, so that's this here.
It's your product line, As Ever. It's my understanding the first drop was sold out in 20 minutes.
45 minutes.
Okay, 45 minutes.
But yes, after a year of work and development and manufacturing, we had a feeling that it would have some buzz surrounding it. 45 minutes was not something I could have anticipated. I'm super grateful for the support. Yes.
Such a surprise. That's so exciting.
Thanks.
Yeah, a lot of hard work behind it. This is one of the squad who bought everything here. There's me here. Girl, you better put a mask on. Whatever you... Okay, I meant to say whenever. Okay, I fix myself here. Whenever you around Sussex squad who then get some or even one of her products. LOL, lucky you. Alright, so that's that. How was the honey? Okay, I'm currently refusing to open the honey until I know I'll be able to get more. LOL, I'm treating it like gold. But everything else was great. She doesn't want to open it. She's treating it like gold because she doesn't want it to finish. Alright, let's go to the next one. There's more comment, but let's move on. I want to cover as many as possible. Okay, the wise, beautiful, successful princess is ignoring naysayers and distractions, focusing on her own path to achieve success. Okay, Meghan about media noise about her. Alright, so let's just listen. I don't need to read the quote because she's saying it. 41 seconds.
When I am able to not even just tune out whatever that noise is, to really not give it any credence, that has become so much a part of my day-to-day life. And things will get brought to my attention if on a need-to-know basis. Outside of that, I'm kind of late on the boat for a lot of things going on.
I spoke about on the need-to-know basis. I made reference to how Harry I said in the past, Harry's lawyer probably looking at the headlines every day, and then if there's something that was written about Harry that's worth that could be defamatory or defame or whatever. Defamatory is defame. To bring to Harry's attention if it's something he wants to pursue. I brought that up. Okay, but let's finish.
And I'm okay with that. That's part of what I find to bring me peace. It also helps me have very, very strategic focus on the intention of the products, the creative or the producerial work that we're doing that I want to bring to the table. So it does give me a lot of space to focus because I'm not in the same swirl that a lot of us find ourselves in.
Squirrel, the distraction.
You desired squirrel!
LOL, there are lots of pissed off people out there today. The Duchess of Sussex just said, keep screaming into the void, I can't hear you. Do not forget, my attorney, do listen. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Yeah. There are people who's watching and seeing if it's something that's worth bringing to their attention, if it's something that can be brought to court. That crowd not hype enough for me. One day, my boo, one day we will meet again and you're gonna get the reception you deserve, okay? So she retweeted that a most loving, supportive, and protective husband Prince Harry is. So there's that. We've seen this already. Let's play it for the sake of it.
Meghan, Harry. Long time no see, Meghan.
I love your show.
You know him, Meghan.
Alright, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. I travel separately, abnormal security. There's the rolling eye. Harry and Meghan's safety is important. They were chased on their previous visit, had death threats, and there are people who love the opportunity to hurt them, and I'm glad to see they're well protected. It's just hurting you because no access to Harry and Meghan. Okay, I'm not sure who she's responding to, so I guess this is all the security that was with them. There's Harry here. There's the New York City determined not to have a repeat of that dangerous pap chase of Harry and Meghan in 2024. Let's pause that. Instead of chasing after the UK broke down Timur branch of the family, haters had positioned themselves on USA shore, rented bikes and other wheels to dot in and out motorcade trying to Diana 2.0 at the request of Chaz, William, Carmilla, but New York City said, don't even think about it. Okay, well said. And I spoke about that chase and some, especially around that time. Okay, public safety. All right, next tweet. All right, let's pause again. What is really funny and laughable is the troll saying Meghan is a liar. That's the laugh here. When Meghan admitted she was struggling in the royal family and thinking of ending it all, they say she lied when she gets out of there, doing very well without taxpayers' money, and said she is happy. They still say she's unrelatable and all sort of name, calling the trolls all senseless and insane. All right, 28 seconds. Which part did she put here?
Is I'm the happiest that I've ever been.
Some of the comments in that video, oh, happy people don't say that they're happy. What? Don't you have a friend who cries over seeing a leaf? There are joyful people in the world. And she's also done interviews where she's been upset and told the interviewer that she's having a hard time. And you didn't believe her either. You know what? The problem's you. You.
That is true. I didn't even know that was a TikTok video. Let's pause this. Meghan Sussex has been through trauma from toxic, racist, evil, bitter British press and royalists with the royal family. Glad she got to the other side, happy living her best life, busy working for herself and humanity. With love, Meghan. Okay, so there's all those hashtags. Okay, 1 minute and 29 seconds.
But I think a confession for you today that I could very comfortably say is I'm the happiest that I've ever been. And that part, to have a partner and a husband who is just so supportive, and to have healthy kids that are so joyful in the freeness of their life and the safety of their life that we create for them. Of all the things that have happened in my life, I never would have imagined getting here at this point. I would feel just so happy and grateful, and I really do.
Nobody loves to see Meghan Markle win more than yours truly. I mean, I'm an OG since the TIG in 2014. And believe me, I stuck by Meghan's side throughout all the royal mayhem, just as the late Queen Elizabeth did. But alas, here we are, a new Meghan Markle spotting. She and her doting husband, Prince Harry, went to the Time 100 Summit today. And she did a sit-down interview, as you just saw in that clip, where she gave some great sound bites. But more importantly, she looked like an icon, just as she is. Wearing this, stepping out of the car. Another one. Screaming, crying, throwing up. And you know what? I believe that Meghan Markle is the happiest that she's ever been because she is glowing. She is radiating. I mean, anytime I see her with Prince Harry, they're always so happy. I mean, who wouldn't be so happy when they're with their spouse, their partner, who has literally been through such crazy, tumultuous times. But she is happy and she is winning. Which a lot of people can't handle to see this chick win. Oh, but she's a winner. Snaps for the Queen.
Alright, so there's that. I don't even bother myself with crazy people because we all know that no matter what she says, she will be called a liar. I like that she is not letting the noise prevent her from living a life with Harry and her kids. Life is short, living her best life. Oh please, stupid people who can't read people are annoyed AF. No one act like Meghan because she's as... Okay, there's one of those.
But I think confession...
She tells you don't believe. She said you rather listen to other people's telling you about her. So there's no reason. The only people being traumatized are her children. Oh, please. Alright, let's block this. Let's go to the next tweet. You don't even see how her kids are living. She doesn't flaunt her kids around and you're saying it's her kids. Alright, next tweet. Mel, what if Prince Harry married a white woman like Cressida Bonus? I think I responded to that. They have to blame themselves for redirecting Harry to Meghan. Harry has been asking them to leave him alone forever. They refuse, and all of Harry's exes couldn't handle the Dailyfell intrusion until Harry finds someone who embodies everything that could help him fight them. All in all, Dailyfell has itself to blame. Alright, these are some GIF. Alright, no shade or hate to Cressida or Chelsea, but I think it's quite obvious Harry wasn't into mediocre women, both in looks and in talent. Harry literally saw Meghan's face with dog ears and nose over it and went DEFCON 1 trying to find who she was. That is true. Oh, the racism, pointless and ridiculous speculation. Alright, let's go to the next tweet. I need to finish. Okay, look like I'm gonna go over all of them. Body language analysis have some thought on Prince Harry and Meghan's New York City outing. Celebrity, there's all of that. Then the press commission and the UK have an issue with this. I mean, they always have an issue with everything. Okay, no, the Mail is doing exactly what they're supposed to do. They know their audience, right-leaning, flag slavering, half-wit, who'll excuse the royal family, anything, and lap up anything detrimental to Harry and Meghan. They're not going to print an opinion of an expert that's complimentary about them. Let's leave that alone. Okay, let's see here. I just want to see what I have now. I'm almost done with my list regarding this event, Time 100. Okay, so there's that here. Oh boy, Meghan Sussex, what the hell? Alright, so her clothes sold out. There's that. There's no comment. Okay, it's sold out. These are for the fashion squaddies. Next one. Okay, the Meghan effect is real. Oh my god, $2,490 jacket sold out. $2,190 trousers sold out. Chick blouse gone. Even the Manolos almost gone. Oh my lord. Okay, so it's one full image. Are you kidding me? Even if I have the money, I don't think I'll spend the money on that. I don't have the money though. Okay, Duchess Meghan's outfit are second to none. Can't wait to see what Flumpy KKK has on when she leaves her holidaying and pretend to do some ineffective work. Okay, that's the UK website, so no surprise. There's that. Definitely the latest while flowing is far more modern. Funny enough, I'm not the only one who sees that. Okay, these are people I blocked, so I don't even need to see. Next one. Okay, I'm almost done, and then I'm gonna stop and do another video for the weatherman kind of tweet. Okay, I know why the English roses wilt. Oh, there's that here. That's an image where they were kissing backstage. Girl, there's that. The squad, a lot of GIF. Next one. Okay, I have 3 more left. Okay, waking up to see all the derangers crying on my feed because of Meghan wearing Diana's Cartier tank and tennis bracelet. What can we say, girl? Kate and William Parker Bowles then want to be connected to Diana, while Meghan is super proud to be connected to Diana and Joy. Alright, we don't know if she wanted to be connected, but whatever. So there's that here. It says Diana. There she is. Okay, really sad. What is William doing actually? He then support Princess Diana and refusing to also not supporting his only brother Prince Harry. God let there be reconciliation soon after. After what he did, I don't think this is someone you could trust. It's like, even if you will have to sleep with your one eye open, this is someone you cannot trust no more. To the extent that he went to do what he did. No. There's 2 comments here. Okay, I'm sure you already know how much Diana dumped her real and image who holds on William and how much he supported her and protected Harry. It's Harry that has tried to ruin both of their reputation, albeit unintentionally, with Diana, who has previously said he can't remember. Okay, I don't know anything about that. These old clips, you can't dispute them. Here they are.
I would like to thank Lord Dyson and his team for the report. It is welcome that the BBC accepts Lord Dyson's findings in full, which are extremely concerning. That BBC employees lied and used fake documents to obtain the interview with my mother, made lurid and false claims about the royal family, which played on her fears and fueled paranoia, displayed woeful incompetence when investigating complaints and concerns about the programme, and were evasive in their reporting to the media and covered up what they knew from their internal investigation. It is my view that the deceitful way the interview was obtained substantially influenced what my mother said. The interview was a major contribution to making my parents' relationship worse and has since hurt countless others.
The most damaging charge that is made in relation to your marriage is that you were, because of your relationship with Camilla Parker Bowles, from the beginning, persistently unfaithful to your wife and thus caused the breakdown. What is your response to that persistent criticism?
Oh, that's the persistent criticism, is it? Well, and the trouble is, you see, that these things, again, as I was saying earlier, are so personal. It's difficult to know quite how to talk about these things in front of everybody, and obviously I don't think many people would want to. But I mean, all I can say is that there's been so much speculation, feeding on every other kind of speculation, that it all becomes bigger and bigger. I mean, all I can say is that I mean, there is no truth in so much of this speculation. And Mrs. Parker Bowles is a great friend of mine. I have a large number of friends. I'm terribly lucky to have so many friends who I think are wonderful and make the whole difference to my life, which would become intolerable otherwise.
Do you really believe that a campaign was being waged against you?
Yes, I did, absolutely. Yeah.
Why?
I was a separated wife to the Prince of Wales. I was a problem, full stop. Never happened before. What do we do with her?
Can't we pack her off to somewhere quietly rather than campaign against her?
She won't go quietly. That's the problem. I'll fight till the end.
It brings indescribable sadness to know that the BBC's failures contributed significantly to her fear, paranoia and isolation that I remember from those final years with her. But what saddens me most is that if the BBC had properly investigated the complaints and concerns first raised in 1995, my mother would have known that she'd been deceived. She was failed not just by a rogue reporter, but by leaders at the BBC who looked the other way rather than asking the tough questions. It is my firm view that this Panorama programme holds no legitimacy and should never be aired again.
Would it be your wish that when Prince William comes of age that he were to succeed the Queen rather than the current Prince of Wales?
My wish is that my husband finds peace of mind, and from that follows other things, yes.
It effectively established a false narrative which for over a quarter of a century has been commercialised by the BBC and others. This settled narrative now needs to be addressed by the BBC and anyone else who has written or intends to write about these events. In an era of fake news, public service broadcasting and a free press have never been more important. These failings, identified by investigative journalists, not only let my mother down and my family down, they let the public down too.
Alright, Nina Willie, 3-strand pearl and diamond bracelet that once belonged to her late mother-in-law, Princess Diana engagement ring picked by Diana. There are many more. Sapphire Nick. Okay, alright, so these are the things. So that's all of that. Let's go to the next one. All of a sudden my nose is stuffing. Okay, what did I do here? The big clue that suggests Daily Fail is the parasite leash, and this business is very evident. BFU king for real, but some mother effing respect on Prince Harry's name. So this is the Daily Fail screenshot of what they posted. So for 13 hours, there's only 6 likes and 48 comment and 3 retweet. Okay, Daily Fail is getting cooked in the comment. Okay, so I don't follow them, so that's that. Let's go to the next tweet. I have one more after this. Okay, so this is backstage and slow motion. I dare the body language expert to analyze this. Good one. There's that. The squad are laughing. Oh, they will. As will royal expert, they'll claim it's all for show, anything to keep the hate and negativity going. Oh, she put it in slow motion too. Alright, this is my last one, and then I'll do a prayer. And that will end the time 100. So I ended up doing 2 videos. Okay, are they boycotting Ralph Lauren yet? That's the laugh here. This clown need to go find something productive to do in their said life. So are they complaining about it? Ask Ralph if he cares book. Can buy product, fat ho hags boycott cause of the Sussexes checks clear, bank every time, and with big tip added trust. There's a laugh here. Alright, so that was that. Okay, so let's do a prayer. Let's just do protection. I can't think of anything right now. Image, let's pick one. Best prayer for protection. Lord, be my shield in times of trouble, surrounding me with your divine protection. Guardian angel, watch over me day and night, guide my steps and protect me from harm. May the Lord grant me traveling mercies, protecting me on every journey. Alright, so that's it. Please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link and a Cash App link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. Alright, so that is it. Thank you for watching.
Savanaka. It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.